So, last we left off, you guys were back in your home base city of Roya, running various errands. You were uh, walking around, trying to check in with various allies, um, including the professors of divination and necromancy, Allseer Euthalia, and Soul Caller Lithania. You also took some time to check in with your good friend Aldrich, who had apparently one of his old party members hanging out with him. And then you guys invited them over for dinner. There are other various errands that were being run, looking around for various items that might be helpful in facing the indefinite when you eventually get there. But for now, that's where we are picking up. What would you guys like to do? I seem to recall you'd all kind of spread out.
Since I know my thing is very short, Tobias is back at the house teaching Igris archery, and then after they're done with that, because the masquerade invitation specified that the party or the people invited need to bring masks to wear, Tobias is going to start planning out and then, I guess, start the initial carving process of making his own mask.
All right. Why don't you make a dexterity check to see how well this first draft of carving is going?
Okay. Tobias, do not fuck this up. Don't do it. That's a 15.
It's getting there. It could use a little more work, you think, but you got the basic shape down that you're looking for. It's a work in progress.
Hooray!
I forgot to do that.
Last I checked, Hawkthor just got lost in the throes of the Dewey Decimal System. I wonder what random book he's found by now.
Remind me what you were researching.
I think the president he and Levy visited the library with was finding stuff about Shar.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember him rolling I think it was like a 5 on investigation.
Something like that. Let's see. Roll. I'll tell you what. Roll a d20.
Sure. I didn't do my test rolls today, but this turned out pretty well. 16.
16. All right, let me see. You have found um, a book uh, called The Marhabi's Traveler's Dictionary. And it's kind of like a book on, like, here's a couple of places you can visit as a tourist. And here's a couple of local customs. You don't want to greet people in this way because that's an insult and stuff like that. It's kind of like a tourist book.
Yeah, he's very much in the mindset of like, well, this absolutely isn't what I was looking for, but also I know nothing about this country, so I'm going to read this anyway.
All right. It's like you know how you see those videos every now and then on YouTube or clickbait articles like 10 things you didn't know about traveling to Japan. It's kind of like those vibes.
Man, this BuzzFeed guy sure is an author.
Buzzeth of clan feed.
Spelled Theeid. BuzzFeed. Anyway. I imagine that Levy's search might have been a bit more fruitful.
Yeah, Levy did find some information on Shar that I believe I summarized last time. How she's basically like the goddess of depression.
Right. Now I remember. Okay.
Does anyone have anything else they'd like to accomplish while in the city?
There is still
Yeah,
a matter. Oh, go ahead.
Well, say what you're gonna say.
Oh, sure. Well, there's still a matter of costume part shopping. So
Yeah, Lish and Demir are gonna go shopping for clothes.
yeah.
All right. Let me double check something real quick. There aren't any specific like clothing shops or tailors in this city. However, when you ask around, firstly, you are directed towards the College of Arts, where you can maybe go into their theater department and raid that. Otherwise, if you're looking for something a little fancier, there are shops in Uvila and in Avitex themselves.
Well, what do you think, Demir?
Sorry, middle of something. For costume shopping.
Yeah,
Um,
if we want to go raid the theater department, or if we want to go to a different part of the city area.
I mean, why not see what the theater has?
Could be interesting.
Because the place you had gone to before in town was Threads and Buttons. That was where you had gone before the wedding. But she doesn't do like costumey stuff. She's more like elegant gowns and whatnot. So it really depends on what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think this is a costume of elegant design. It's not a costume or an elegant dress. It's a combination of the two of them.
Could
Yeah, we
definitely
can see if we
like
can.
ask about commission if you wanted.
Let's see if we can find some specific pieces to play around with at the costuming department.
All right. So you head towards the College of Art. Let me scroll down to see who would actually be there. All right. So you move towards the School of Theater, and there are various people about here. You can see a female fire genasi with light blue skin and kind of flaming, flickering hair. There's a dark-skinned halfling with light blue hair and kind of pulled back into like a big poofy bun. You can see a very muscular Goliath man. And then there's a human woman with long braided hair. You can talk to any of these people.
How about the long braided hair person?
All right. So this is a human woman, and she seems to be sitting off to the side in one of the auditoriums, and she's kind of writing in a notebook, and every now and then kind of glancing up, looking at the auditorium, but not really seeing it. Kind of just like she's looking away from her paper just so she can think, and then going back to it. And as you approach her, she looks up at you guys and doesn't say anything.
He just kind of waves his hand a little bit and says, "Pardon me, I hate to interrupt what you're working on. We were told that there might be an ability to rent or purchase excess costume pieces from the arts department here. That's something that is possible, and if it is, would you be able to direct us?"
She kind of blinks like she wasn't really expecting to be spoken to, but nods and says, yes, that's possible. I'm sorry, are you any of my students?
Not from this department.
Okay, well, in that case, you will want to talk to Professor Skywatcher, and she points towards the, as I mentioned, the very muscular Goliath man who seems to be down towards the stage, kind of directing a couple of students in like where to put things.
This just kind of nods and excuses them.
All right.
Leaves her to her work and makes his way over.
While Lish was talking to her, was I able to like just kind of get a little peek at what she was working on?
Roll perception check.
Okay. Ooh. Hold on. Sorry, I'm really slow today because I am only working with one hand. That's 24.
She is writing a lesson plan for a class called Scene Study.
Cool. Yeah, I was just curious, but.
Mm-hmm. So, you guys head over to the super buff guy, the Goliath. He's very tall, very muscular. In fact, you can see that he seems to be trying to wear what one would expect of a professor in like the nice clothes, but the seams along the shoulders are kind of coming undone a little bit. um, and he seems to be very jovial when talking to his students, directing them on like where to put things um, and why it's important for things to look a certain way for the sake of the audience and stuff like that. And as you approach, he turns to you guys and smiles and says, "Oh, hello there. Welcome."
Hello, greetings. We were hoping to find out if it was possible to rent or purchase excess costumes.
Well, you've come to the right place. I am one of the professors for costume production. What sort of costume are you looking for in particular?
Things that might go well at a fancy, formal occasion.
Well, lucky you. We have just completed costuming design for the elopement of the Dowager Princess. So, we do have quite a few gowns and suits available if you're interested in that sort of thing.
We would love to take a look.
Very well. And he kind of points to the students, gives them like a couple extra direction, and then starts to guide you guys back down towards what seems to be a storage area. Meanwhile, describing the plot of this opera, and it seems to involve like dancing and drama and forbidden love, and notably this opera has a scene in which horses appear on stage as the prince reaches down to his love and all that fun stuff. And he takes you to the storage area in which there are quite a few costumes and fabrics and a few mannequin busts and wigs.
Okay. Well, we can kind of start looking around. I mean, he's like, is everything down here available, or are there areas we should not peruse?
More or less. I will let you know if I believe we will still require a piece that you pick out.
So there's like crazy, like ball gown sorts of things in here.
Yeah, I mean, it's all very, for lack of a better descriptor, opulent. Like there's costume jewelry and there's gowns and things that will make it easy for someone to be seen from a distance.
Ooh.
That's fun. And Demir, like, oh, sorry. Demir had been kind of listening like intently to what he was saying and like nodding along, and when we get into the like costume area, I think she probably is going to like start wandering off with like looking at the different outfits and kind of, you know, feeling them a little, seeing like how good they look up close versus far away. I assume they look very good far away, but It's more a question of how are they going to look in proximity, because like the kind of rich people who would be attending this party are the kind of rich people that aren't going to be dazzled by something that looks good far away and is actually like bedazzled up close.
It does look a little cheap up close, but it's nothing that a talented seamstress couldn't update or repair. Otherwise, you would know that in gatherings like these, various illusory glamours aren't uncommon. Making it look like a dress is fancier, or making it look like someone's lost weight, stuff like that.
That is very true.
Wouldn't raise any eyebrows if you decide to go for the cheaper option.
Or I would imagine just straight up magical elements to the costume.
Depends.
Like trailing or having a trail of like straight up stars or whatever.
It depends on what kind of security measures are in place. If there are important people at a certain location, sometimes people may not want to allow anything potentially more dangerous than just a basic illusion to make yourself look like you put on your makeup this morning.
Well, we could certainly at least find pieces here, not a full ensemble. Is there like a hat section?
There
Like
is a hat section.
Headpieces. Are there any masks or pieces that are large? I'm looking for like any kind of like animal looking ones, or like just kind of fun, maybe like crown type, natural type, just kind of seeing what's out there.
Roll investigation check.
Can I assist in that? Give him advantage?
You would want to probably make your own if you were looking for something.
Okay.
Investigation, you said?
Mm-hmm.
The 23.
13.
Lish, you find yourself in a section of hats. There's like, frankly, derby type hats with like big plumes and whatnot. You are able to find a more Shakespearean style cap with a little feather sticking out of it. You are able to find a cheaply made wooden crown with little tiny fake gems stuck in it. Nothing really like what you're looking for. Demir, what sort of vibe are you after?
I'm looking for like icy pieces. I'm looking for like star pieces, like kind of like dresses that look like night, not nightgowns. And I don't know, just kind of perusing, seeing what comes
right.
up.
You are able to find something akin to a wimple designed for people with curly or kinky coily hair that is woven in a way that when the light hits it right, it looks like you would imagine in the right hairstyle that it looks like there would be stars sparkling in the person's hair.
Ooh, that's real pretty. Demir kind of holds it up to Lish, like,
It's very lovely. We could even zhuzh it up with some illusion magic. Make those stars really twinkle.
that could be really fun.
Could be interesting. I don't know if there's anything like the sky on the men's side. Let's see. Kind of takes a secondary look at the pieces to maybe see if there's like something like the moon or stars over here.
Roll investigation check.
Oh, my investigation's so bad. 19.
19.
I got good luck.
You are able to kind of in this second go around to look for something more nighttime-esque. Looking around in it, you are able to find this old box. Doesn't look like it's been disturbed in a while. Opening it, it has a old porcelain mask that looks like a half mask with a crescent moon kind of going down towards the chin.
This could be something.
We could do a moon and stars.
Be very thematic. I like it. I think that this could easily be matched with something. And so he'll, pick up the mask and kind of see, look over. How far away is Goliath teacher? Is he with us?
I mean, he's kind of hanging out near the door, keeping an eye on you guys, being available if you have any questions, but he's giving you guys space. He's not hovering.
So Lish just kind of calls over and asks, so what are the purchase options for any of these?
Well, given that we don't really have use for many of these things anymore, we'll call it a discount. 3 gold pieces for the items you're carrying each.
It's very reasonable.
Sounds fair enough.
Definitely worth considering it a donation even to the program here.
And he kind of perks up at that a little.
Lish will just do another cursory kind of look around, see if there's anything that kind of looks like could be interesting for other members of the party. Are there any like owl themed things with feathers, things with nerd shit on it? Stuff that he thinks might look good on somebody.
Well, you're able to find various interesting things. There's a dark blue dress with kind of a silver lining. short would probably go to about the knees, but with a long dark blue cloak with it. You're able to find a purple suit jacket with the same kind, a similar kind of silver embroidery on it. You're able to find a broken mask that would cover the eyes. It is black. It looks kind of old. Maybe needs a little zhuzhing up. But one side has a horn, and clearly the other side used to have a horn, but it broke off.
Well, it's clear that there's some interesting pieces here that we could bring home. Maybe if the others are interested. See, just have options.
Yeah, I wonder, is there anything kind of akin to Aaron's big sparkly ball gown that he had bought, like in that kind of vein, but not exactly?
Well, there is some silvery costume jewelry that you think would go nice with it, potentially.
I think I might pick that up. Yeah, I think Demir is just kind of looking around and taking inventory of what is like there, seeing if there's anything that like immediately stands out to her for the party as well.
This is the kind of night blue dress style that I mentioned.
Oh, that's so pretty.
I'm muted. Okay. Blish might pick up that blue dress and the mask with the horns. There was a purple blazer. I don't think he'll pick up a purple blazer.
I was gonna say purple.
At least those two things.
Purple coat is more like this. Let me see if I can find a quick picture of the horned mask. Let's see. Something like this, but maybe not quite as fancy, and as I said, with one of the horns broken off.
Sure. Could be versatile. Nice to have options.
All right. So, as I said, for each piece you pick up, that would be 3 gold pieces.
Okay, so that's 12 gold then for all 4 items, or were there more items, Demir, that you had than just one?
I think I had the 2. Because
Okay.
I'm also getting the costume jewelry for
Oh,
Aaron.
okay. So that's 15 gold.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could just make it an even 20 as a donation. I contribute 10,
idea.
you contribute 10.
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds
I'm going
good.
to put my 10 gold pieces on the table.
All right. The Goliath, whose name, by the way, is Vimax Skywatcher, is a very appreciative for the donation, and he kind of just marks down in a ledger the items that you guys are taking and how much you are giving for them.
I appreciate
Wonderful.
your willingness to let us look around.
Of course. I'm glad to see people who aren't necessarily associated with the college embracing the arts.
We have some more friends that might be interested in doing their own looking. Is it okay if we found you later on?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
And is the next show you are putting on?
What is the next show, or when is the next show?
When is the next show you're putting on?
We're hoping to put on the next show in a month or so. It is. Have you ever heard of the Windsong Testament?
DM, have I?
Yeah.
Roll a history
Roll
check.
for it.
Ooh. I'm going to join you in that.
9. Definitely. Absolutely have.
Not really your
Totally.
area.
I think that is a 15.
15. Damir, you would know that this is a play that's often put on by, shall we say, beginners within the theater community. It's the sort of play that like an elementary school might put on in modern times, but it's more or less like about different faiths and deities, and they don't necessarily depict reality, but it's more educational. And so, based on the fact that he is saying that this play is going to be put on, you would guess that it has to do with like the intro to theater people here at the college.
It's the freshman class.
Yeah, pretty much.
Demir just kind of, a classic.
It is indeed.
Well, I hope your students all break a leg.
Well, we'll see. In any case, thank you for dropping by.
Of course. And same to you for your aid in letting us look through.
All right. Is there
And when, once Demir and Lish are out of earshot of the professor and, hopefully mostly off the campus, Demir is going to be like, so that play, in my hobby, she's not being a total dick in common.
Mm-hmm.
But she is definitely, telling Lish, yeah, we're not going to see that.
But supporting the babies.
I have had to sit through quite a few performances of that, and I think I'm good, actually.
Liz just kind of smiles and shrugs. I guess
You're certainly welcome to go if you so choose.
Supporting the arts.
Do you want to go to the theater that badly?
Literally any entertainment will do at this point.
That's true.
Well, Perhaps Levy or Tobias would be interested.
I doubt that they've been to such a large performance hall before.
I think they would enjoy it.
I think so.
We could make a date of it.
I think so. Would be quite nice.
Of course, nothing compares to Feywild theater, but
Nothing ever is on this plane of existence. Every day of my life, I feel my arm, my leg.
I'm already a theater kid.
Lish will kind of like bump Demi a little bit and say, well, should we drop these off, or should we perhaps maybe stop at some more little shops in town, get some food for you?
Oh, yeah, let's do some more shopping. May as well while everyone is in the library researching.
Yeah, so we'll just go dink around and window shop a bit.
Alrighty.
Demir is going to keep an eye out for some jewelry, that sort of stuff.
All right. Anyone else have anything they'd like to do in the city?
Yeah, after a bit, Hawk's gonna put down that book on more hobby stuff. And sort of just like go find Levy, and say like, right, I still need to do some shopping for the masquerade that's coming up. Sort of happened all of a sudden, didn't it?
Yeah, go right on ahead. I'll be here for a little bit longer and wrap this up, and then I gotta do that shopping too.
Do you want me
Shit.
to find? Do you want me to find you anything, or should I just wait for you? Then
Yeah, I mean, sure, if you help me clean up, this will be taken care of that much faster.
oh, absolutely.
Perfect. Oh shit, also, since you weren't here last time, Mackenzie, Levy does need to know Tobias is ringside. By the way. They need to go
Tobias
ring
would not
shopping.
know what that is.
They need to go ring shopping together.
Clearly, we need to stop by the manor and pick up a boy.
Nah, because the manor's like 2 hours walking from town. They could do it. They could do it later, but Levy's chomping at the bit.
If you can find Valk, she can do ascending for you.
Nah, she'll want to make a whole outing of it and not just an errand. She's romantic like that. But yeah, no, dress shopping. Well, fancy clothes shopping.
Great. I'll tell you what. Let's see. Give me a second to come up with something funny for the name, and I will create a jewelry shop. Let's see. Okay. Okay. You are able to find a jewelry shop in town called Bling It On.
Love it. Hawk is absolutely buddy systeming her, by the way. Friends gotta stick together. And also, he doesn't want to be left alone in the library. He'll probably get lost and find an irrelevant book again. He just takes one look at this name and he's like, I think that's what you're looking for. Felix might have gotten up or something.
Yeah, Felix, you there?
Yeah, sorry. Didn't realize. I am having some kind of morning. I'm so sorry. Could you repeat that? I'm terribly sorry.
Me repeat or Max repeat?
I think the answer is yes.
Okay.
But
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's all good. You are able to locate a jewelry shop called Bling It On. You've
Oh,
yet
fuck
to
yeah.
go
Noted for later. But also, wait, I mean, she can get stuff from the masquerade there. Maybe. I need to. How much money do you have, bitch? Okay. Yeah, no, we can go in there.
Yeah, unlike Zoda, Hawk is good as well, so he can spot her if she needs it.
Nah, it's big chillin'.
That's it.
Ooh, we could we could bedazzle the robot.
Get some bling with my breasts.
Yes,
Nah.
fancy him up.
Hawk would not wear a ring unless it was magical. I'm just gonna be honest.
No, it's
Utility
I
above
was
all
thinking
else.
more like let's stick precious gems in his eye socket.
They're already occupied. What do you mean?
No, he doesn't have eyes.
Not organic ones. But yeah, all Hawk said was like he took one look at the sign, went, I think that's what you're looking for.
But no, she'll step in and look for like probably bracelets and necklaces, things like that, because yeah,
Okay.
she probably wouldn't wear a ring unless it was for marriage or function.
So you step in and see that there are not only lots of various jewelries available. There's sure some arcane focuses like crystals and orbs, but they also offer services such as gemstone appraisal and resizing jewelry and whatnot. But they're also selling various shiny gemstones.
Ooh.
And you can see that the owner of this shop is a tabaxi.
Fuck yeah.
So there's this fluffy cat-like person who introduces himself as Lucky Feather. And he seems to be very fond of the various shiny things that he has in his shop.
Fuck yeah. What she's looking for is sparkly, blue and purple, and I believe her metals were going to be silver, if I remember correctly.
All right.
Well, at least silver in color.
Okay. What color gemstone are you looking for?
Blue and purple.
Okay. So
Sparkler.
in terms of blue gemstones, there's azurite. There's banded agate, which is kind of brown in blue. There's blue quartz. There's eye agate. There's lapis lazuli. There's
I'm looking for sparkle.
turquoise. There's some blue jasper and pale blue zircon. There's also some aquamarine and blue spinel. There's sapphires, of course. There's like sort of a bluish opal. There's a star sapphire. But lots of blue available.
Excellent. Anything, I guess, clear, sparkly, and blue, and relatively affordable. She's still a country gal. She's not gonna go full god.
Your best bet, would probably be azurite.
Okay.
So
some of that.
I will send a picture.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Nice. That's perfect. God, that's gorgeous. Okay, cool. We'll go with stuff with that in it.
Okay.
Like a necklace and some like a bracelet for each wrist.
Okay.
Oh god.
Yeah, sorry, I'm doing math here.
No, it's cool. I'm preparing myself to do math with you.
Oh boy. It's everyone's favorite part of Dungeons and Dragons, guys. Bring out the calculator.
The finance notepad.
Okay. For 2 silver bracelets with azurite stone in the middle of it, say 46 gold pieces.
And the necklace?
The necklace would be 90 gold pieces.
Okay. Okay, moving on to purple.
All right. Let's see. Let's see. There's of course amethyst. But not too many options in purple, unfortunately.
That's fine.
Yeah. They've got some like more purpley sapphires, but that's a little more expensive.
Right. Yeah, let's just stick with amethyst. That'll probably look good with the azurite.
Okay. And are you getting these set into the the bracelets as well?
Yeah, let's set those into the bracelets as well, and then do another necklace. And then just like a silver, and then a plain silver necklace to go between them.
60 gold pieces to set the amethyst into the bracelet. And you 75 gold pieces to set it in to the necklace, and then just a regular silver necklace without any gemstones on it, you said?
Yeah.
That's 5 gold pieces.
Okay. I just missed how much it would be to put it into the bracelets.
Let me scroll back down. 60 gold pieces for the bracelets.
Okay, that just changed 46 to 60. Or is it an extra 60?
It's an extra 60.
Okay. Hang on. I'm doing math. I'm so sorry.
All good.
Uh,
This is a math game.
okay.
It is a math game for theater kids.
I hate that you're not wrong.
So my math comes out to 326 gold pieces. Is that correct?
Sure.
Fucking, I'm gonna check in with a calculator.
There is no sure in mathematics.
46 plus 90 plus 25 plus 5 plus 60. It's 276. I fucked that up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, 276. I almost way overpaid. Again.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Anyways, yeah, I'll fork that over to 76.
All right. And as you are handing the coins over, and someone else enters the shop.
Oh?
Is it us?
Can you...
Or
It
is it someone
is
else?
the Azamar squad.
Ah.
Oh, word.
Woo!
Hey!
Oh, fancy seeing you two here.
You know, got to be doing prep for the ball.
Right.
Yeah, you guys finding anything nice?
Well, she is.
Aaron will motion for Levy to show him whatever she's got.
She'll show it off a little bit, kind of hold things up. Let Aaron take a gander.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
Isn't it?
I feel like it is.
You should I'm actually really looking forward to what you pick out.
Oh, you. Yeah, I got something pretty specific in mind.
Ooh.
And Aaron's gonna start, sorting through stuff. Mm-hmm.
What are you looking for?
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say he's probably going to need to commission this special either from here or find like a blacksmith. One sec. Well, I could not have spelled that worse.
Oh, that is a
Nonsense.
fucking mood.
Nonsense. You could have put in at least 2 extra vowels and or consonants.
Well, also leaving out at least 3 necessary ones.
Well, that's how it goes. Okay, so you will need to have this be commissioned. What material are you thinking of having it be made of?
Ooh. God damn, he fucking would, wouldn't he? Maybe iron?
Okay.
But that might be a price-informed decision as well.
Okay. So, more math. Give me a second here.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron out here forging the iron ring.
Aaron's got plans. And yeah, in his entire conversation with the shopkeep, he's gonna have shot a suspicious look back at the group. And then he's going to use exclusively message to communicate his vision.
Okay. Without any inlaid gems, that would be about 300 gold pieces, and he will need to take measurements.
All right. Yeah, I think I'll pony that up.
Okay. So you guys see Feather come around from the side of the counter and just pull out a tape measure, apparently out of nowhere, and start taking Aaron's measurements.
What the fuck?
Aaron's gonna wink at Volk.
These are ring finger measurements, or
Seems to be measuring Aaron's torso.
Huh.
that's either a very large ring or some kind of chain, huh?
Very large ring.
Yes, he's going to be wearing an iron pool floaty.
It's like the
Look,
friggin'
for-
like Mario Odyssey, like friggin' giant ring that Peach is hanging from.
Aaron out
For
here
a
rocking
man
the
who
fucking
wandered-
rigid handcuff waist thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god, I know exactly what you mean.
For a man who wandered the taiga in nothing but a swimsuit, I feel like an iron pool floaty to wrap around his hips would be like, honestly, it would just make sense at that point.
Aim for Aaron.
Aaron's fashion senses.
Is enforcing that 5 foot distance for social distancing.
No. It's his swimming ring. And instead of it being a flotational device, it's instead an icebreaker since the water is frozen at the top.
Aaron is leaving space for all else.
Wall.
Aaron watching all of us make these insane deals and knowing he doesn't want to get back on Lish's bad side, so he's just taking precautionary measures so it can't even happen on accident.
While these measurements are taking place, is there anything that's, vaguely circlet-like with like either round motifs or like spiky motifs?
Let's say sure. What kind of are you looking for? Gemstones?
Gemstones aren't necessary, and I would be happy with either gold or iron.
Okay. There is a lovely iron circlet with
Hold on, I found the perfect image. of what I'm hoping to find. Yeah.
Ooh.
Nothing quite like that. However, there is an iron circlet looking frankly kind of similar to the kind of circlet that you see in Skyrim, except instead of those little round gems they have, it's almost like a crown of obsidian.
Hmm.
Huh. Someone made Skyrim circlet rings. Interesting.
Tempting, but I am more hoping to find something that's kind of like a plate with circular motifs.
That you would need to commission.
Okay, I guess I gotta talk to the dude as well.
All right. If you don't want the obsidian, that's about 400 gold pieces.
Wait, the obsidian or the commission?
Commission.
For that, let me check my bank account. Yes. I want, and I have the money.
All right.
$400 for the kind of brassy gold color or in iron?
Iron.
Okay. I like the iron.
Have a conversation with you guys when you come back.
Who? What?
I said Lish is probably going to have a conversation with you guys when you come back with all this iron.
It's not cold iron.
Yeah.
All right. So Feather says that it's going to be ready. They're both things that the Azamars are ordering are going to be ready in, let's say, 4 days.
Wunderbar.
Lish and Demi, or did you guys want to go into the jewelry shop at this point too?
Sure.
All right.
And the party is a band's back together.
So you walk in and see it's a tabaxi taking measurements of Volk's forehead.
Oh, looks like we found you all.
Ah, hello.
Aaron,
like
sorry, I didn't
No,
mean
go
to
ahead.
interrupt. Zamir just goes over to Aaron and pulls out the costume jewelry that she found for him. I don't know if you plan on wearing that ball gown you purchased to the ball or not, but I thought that this would go very well with it. And you were missing jewelry, so.
Oh!
And Zach's little niece like, oh, Demir, that's so thoughtful.
We were there. It was there.
And he'll just get and just put it on straight away.
Just on over his
tabaxi,
regular clothes.
You can see while taking measurements of Volk, the end of his tail start twitching at this costume jewelry brought into his establishment.
How dare they? A mockery of my art.
Seriously.
Look, it's very clearly not on the same level as the stuff that he is selling. It is,
Oh,
it is costume
absolutely
jewelry
not.
for a and we are not making it out to be the same.
So
I didn't expect all five, four of you to be here together, but
I wasn't expecting it either.
have you seen anything good?
The rumor mill says Levy's quite happy with her purchases, and both me and Aaron are having something custom done.
Oh, Levy, why don't you show me what you got? Samir is going to go over and just slip her arm into Levy's arm and just like, show me what you did.
Levy will show off her new shiny sparkly things to Demir. And I guess I don't know how, but she's gonna tell Demir that she wants to have a small sidebar with her about something tangentially related. Because she still hasn't told her that she did in fact propose to Toby and he said yes.
Don't you have telepathy?
Oh fuck. But while Demir is looking that over, yeah, she'll be like, I'll have to come back here with Toby soon because oh sweet Christ, I'm trying so hard to plug in a weighted blanket right now, like a heated blanket right now. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I can't feel my toes.
Not good.
Yeah, Levy's gonna be like, I proposed and he said yes, so we have to come back here.
Demir just like looks like a little surprised, a little taken aback for a hot second, and then just pure joy. Like,
Ooh.
of course. That's wonderful.
I'm actually glad that he's not down here with us today because I kind of wanted to try and find a place first so that I knew it was good where I was taking him for something so important.
Of course. Do you have any idea of style or?
uh, I was gonna leave that up to his taste. I kind of have some ideas, but I don't want to I don't want to get too married to them in case he wants something else, pun intended.
Well, yes, but I meant more for you. There are 2 rings exchanged in a wedding after all, usually, or more.
Or a
Ow.
sword.
Uh, I've never really I guess thought about it too hard. I never really thought that this would be something that I would have. So,
Well, I have a feeling that you and Toby are probably aligned on that matter, knowing him.
I'm sure the fine salesman here will be able to help us.
Well, we're here, and Toby isn't. So why don't you and I do some pre-looking?
Yeah, we
For
can look
you.
over what he has already made. Sure.
Yeah. And once you have an idea of style, any sorts of customization can be done. And it doesn't need to be like diamonds or anything. You can put all sorts of gems inside.
Well, yeah. She's like, she's this conversation is happening in their heads because of the whole two-way telepathy thing that she has, but she's like flustered so badly.
You guys see Levy and Demir staring deeply into each other's eyes, and then Levy's starting to get flustered.
Demir, you little shit.
Lish kind of cocking an eyebrow, like as he is observing between looking at jewelry.
As Valk is getting measured and like everyone's here kind of has the realization of, oh, do we want to contact Toby and maybe have dinner in town?
Oh no, actually we invited Aldrich over to the house for dinner tonight.
Oh, do we need to pick up anything for it?
The kitchen was pretty well stocked when I was in there this morning. I haven't given much thought to what I'm actually going to make, but
Zamir just kind of does some like mental tallying of what she saw in the pantry at the house and like what she knows how to make, and just kind of like,
no, I think we'll be good.
Well, we could always catch something on the way back home if we want to have something fresher. Kind of looking over at Lish.
You are certainly welcome to try, Valkyria. Demir is going to kind of tuck her arm around Levy's waist and give her like a little smooch, and then just kind of like going to look over here and lead Levy over to like the little ring section display, and is just going to like just going to start like looking at rings, and like I don't know if the telepathic connection is still up, but Demir's like, there's that style, and then there's this style, and that's called
I
a
believe,
solitaire style.
I believe it's good for like an hour. Let me double check super fast.
While that's going on, Hawk's gonna sort of like lean closer to Lish and be like, "So while she's busy, where did you get those costumes?"
Yeah, it's an hour.
Hell yeah.
The university's art department has quite a large stock to peruse through.
Really?
We did
Probably
find a mask that we thought might interest somebody, so we picked it up, and he kind of will pull that horned mask out for Hawk to take a glance at.
Interesting. Who do you have in mind?
Anybody that would like it.
I've got my own sort of plan. I might swing by and see if they have anything that I'd be looking for, and if failing that, I could ask where they get their supplies.
I think they make a lot of it in-house.
Well, wouldn't hurt to check. It's he sort of like generally asks like where it is, and I assume he just gets an answer because
Yeah, he's like
city geography is nebulous at best.
You know where
University
the
Row.
College of Arts is. You know that it has different buildings for different arts. I don't need to specifically say it is
Yeah.
northwest from here.
Yeah.
But
It's just sort of where the conversation wandered, and then my mind went, wait, shit. That's awkward to explain. Oh, yeah. Right, well, she seems busy, so I'll probably just head over that way myself. If anyone asks, that's where I am, and I'll probably make my way back to the manor after.
All right, well, like you heard, don't be late for dinner.
Of course. And he will head on his way while people continue their jewelry shopping.
Actually, before you head out the door, Val kind of fucking words. Perks up, chimes in, like, oh, would you like someone to go with you? I'm almost done here and wouldn't mind taking a look.
Sure, you can come along.
All right.
So I pay the good cat man and scuttle off with Robo Boy.
Robo boy.
The Roboy.
All right.
Mr. Roboto.
Are there any more conversations that would like to be had within the jewelry shop?
I think Zamir is like, not that there's any like specific conversation that she wants to have or anything. I mean, there would be a conversation, but it doesn't need to happen in session. Demir is just kind of looking at the rings, looking at the jewelry, getting a sense of their prices, is kind of doing it in the guise of helping Levy figure out how to do it, but is also like 100% trying to find out Levy's ring size, what styles she likes, that sort of stuff, and also like Licious stuff as well. But that's just like kind of like, oh, Levy, like, what do you think about this?
Oh, this one's pretty. Try this one on.
Exactly. Like, you don't know how, like, even if it looks really nice on the stand, you don't know how you'll feel about it when it's on your finger. Can we get a sizing over here on this one?
Oh my God, she's so unsubtle and it's working on Levy so hard.
And the tabaxi is always saying that he does do jewelry resizing and whatnot, and it can also do powdered gems and the like.
Very sweet. I will say that Levy tends towards stronger metals, but kind of a daintier and a bit more understated but elegant sort of things. Not necessarily simple, but just little touches.
Yeah.
But yeah, daintier. Not necessarily any thick bands or anything, or like large stones. She likes to keep it a little understated, like I said. Thinking also a bit of Art Nouveau stylings, but that's just in general. Of course, you guys already know that her favorite colors are like, her color is like green, and she just went for like blue and purple, which is nice, but her favorite color is like peachy colors, sunrise colors, and all of that. So it's like, do with that what you want.
All right. So, I suppose that means we switch to Hawk and Valk then. We'll say that you're given the same sort of spiel from the professor that Demir and Lish were given, taken down to the same little space.
Perfect. Hawk's gonna sort of offhandedly ask if there's anything sort of bird themed down there. If they had any recent like Birdman of the Mountains plays or something.
Well, we haven't had anything like that, but you're more than welcome to look around. I'm sure there's a few feathered items and pieces down here.
All right.
Since Valk is going to be stuck in her habit and veil for a little bit while her feathers grow in, she's kind of looking for, interesting fabric habits or some veils.
Okay. Each of you can roll a perception check.
Dice, yes.
Yes, indeed. Math rock. Very crunchy.
Well, I rolled a 19 on the die, so 21.
All right.
Okay.
I don't have a modifier, and that's an improvement. 15.
15. Okay. So, Valk, you are able to find a few different types of veils. There's the niqab. There's a burqa down there. There's a few lovely designed scarves that can be used as hijabs. There's a lovely chador, which is long and flowing, and the dark also has some kind of golden embroidery along the end.
How is that spelled so I can look it up?
Chador.
D?
D.
Huh. Yeah, she'll probably pick that up. Yeah. I like that one. And if they have like any translucent, see-through, semi-see-through veils, she'd probably pick up one or two.
They have some semi-transparent scarves that you could easily transform into what you're looking for. Hawk, you said you got a 15?
Yeah, that's correct.
You are able to find it's not quite a cloak, but it could be easily transformed into one. But it's more of like a feathered mantle. It's got like dark feathers that kind of have that greenish, shiny iridescence to them.
He'll pick that up and sort of look over it, sort of think about it. Just like, not quite hawk feathers, but maybe a crow.
By the way, none of you have told me anything about what you're hoping to comes up as. So, like,
yeah, sorry, I should.
I am kind of just going off of vibes and whatever you roll. So,
I mean, this is
roll a 15. That's good, but not exactly what you're looking for, probably.
I mean, it's still a very interesting direction, I would say. I'm down for this.
Valk has found everything on her checklist.
Hey, I sent you like a whole entire gorgeous pantsuit and like a color palette. So I don't know. Man.
Yeah.
I also informed you what Tobias was going to be doing.
Yeah, I've only just offhandedly mentioned it once or twice. I never actually like went to detail though, so that is my fault. Now that we're definitely going for crow vibes.
I changed what I'm doing, so we good.
Uh-oh.
But I found everything I need, so.
All right, Hawk's gonna look for more crow-like apparel.
Okay. roll another investigation check.
Valk will assist.
More black feathers, more just like matching kind of clothing kind of stuff. Oh, 19.
You're able to find like what seems to be a nice dark suit-like thing that could work well. As I said, all of the things you're finding in here do look pretty costumey if you look closely, and will probably require some alteration. But it's a nice suit. You could probably put it together with the mantle if you wanted. With a little work, pull together something interesting.
Yeah, I'm getting some ideas here. Probably the mantle and the suit, yeah. It's probably possible to fix it up so it looks a little nicer, maybe without magic, because I don't have any illusion spells, that's for sure. And I think he might be out for a slab of mahogany or some other dark wood as well now. Not in the theater, of course, but listen, he's got to make a darker mask to match the rest of the outfit, you know?
All right. So as I said, each piece you pick up will be 3 gold pieces.
All right. So that's 6 so far. Let's look for a matching pair of gloves as well while we're here.
Roll investigation check.
Valk is helping because she's found everything she needs.
Dudley grabs second D20. 7.
You're able to find a set of nice white gloves.
You know, that works too.
You'll look a little bit like a butler, but with a feather.
Listen.
This is our butler robot.
Right.
Val kind of shyly asks the Goliath if there's a place where they can change or try on stuff.
Yeah, he explains that the proper changing space is reserved for students, but he directs you towards a privy where you can get changed.
Okay, at which point, not accidentally zapping someone with her mutant Azamar wings, she swaps out the habit for the chador and puts the veil back on. She wants to feel pretty.
Cool. I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick.
Gosh. All Hawk's gonna do is make sure that the suit fits at this point. I think he's probably, if it's just a mantle, not a hood, he'll have probably to supplant it, but he does still have the old black hood somewhere that he can use. Failing that, there's also just repurposing cloth that's lying around and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Could also talk to my mom since she's becoming an experienced tailor.
She's a little far away, though, isn't she?
We're literally going and visiting her in the either tonight or tomorrow.
Fair enough. I might ask her for a favor or a little teaching session then. I don't know much needlework, only enough to basically, I suppose, survive, though.
Well, all I got is the mending cantrip.
Doesn't that only work on things that are broken?
Exactly.
Better than nothing. Right, well, between this, her, and my own ideas, I should be set. Shame about the gloves, but this still works. We have an extra pair lying around somewhere. Who knows?
Could also magically change the color on the gloves.
I'd been soiling them, though it could clean it.
No, prestidigitation can just change the color of something for an extended period of time.
May I remind you guys that you did grow a bunch of dandelions and then turn them blue way at the beginning of the campaign.
That's true. Let's see. It's cleaner soil, chill warm flavor, a color, small mark, or symbol appear on an object or surface. Not much of a trinket. Okay. Well, I guess he knows enough party tricks to pull this off either way. We'll figure it out. All right. After ensuring that the suit fits him well enough, he'll bundle it up, fold it, sort of closed store style, and bring it over. To check out his 3 items, but he will not be paying 9, he will be paying 15.
All right. The Goliath thanks you for the donation. And as I said, marks it down in a little ledger how much coin you are spending and what a brief description of the items that you are taking.
Oh no, Johnny, don't suck the entire number, just the part I want to edit. Thank you.
And Valk, you have already checked out?
Yep. Just the 9 gold. Said she's literally just getting a couple scraps of fabric, basically.
Right.
All right.
After they leave, Hawk's also going to look for a carpenter or some other sort of wood supply to see if he can pick up a slab of dark wood.
I mean, you're able to find stuff like that at the Blank Canvas, which is the art supplies shop.
That works too.
As you would imagine, it's a rather busy place for this city. There are a few, or I should say a couple of people out on the floor helping customers find things, including a tiefling and a human. But yeah, you're able to find a slab of mahogany. I have no idea how much that would cost. So let's say, how much? Like this much?
Like vaguely mask sized.
Okay.
Not a very large slab.
That would be about $20, and it's roughly $20 to a gold piece for fucking winging it.
True.
Although there is nicer versions of mahogany that are more.
I was gonna say a shovel costs 2 gold pieces, so probably that.
Yeah, okay, let's just mark that down then. All right. Hawk's got a little project to finish before the masquerade now.
All right. Are there any other errands anyone would like to accomplish while in town?
I feel like Aaron's already accomplished a lot. Just saying.
I mean, Levy wanted to make it to like an actual like formal wear shop for her stuff.
All right. Well, that was, let me pull up the thing again. I scrolled too far. Not that one. Threads and buttons. That's where you bought your clothes for the wedding.
Collar. head back over there.
There's a dwarf woman named Miss the Ludrine. And I seem to recall saying she was a redhead.
Awesome. Hell yeah. She's looking to get a jumpsuit like the one I sent you. I pulled up the stuff that I did send you a hot minute ago.
All right.
But I'll just reply to it in our DMs so you have it. But yeah, the jumpsuit and the cropped jacket with those sleeves that are like full, basically down to the floor and slit open up into the armpit and stuff. That's sheer, so like you still get the back, and then that mask I sent you the picture of, like the lace that goes over the eyes. And it's all in, I believe, hang on, I'm just making sure. Lots of blue with purple and silver touches. There we go.
Okay. 25 gold pieces for the ensemble.
Wow. You said 25?
Wait, 25 for the clothes, and then we'll say an extra 20, no, an extra 15 for the mask, because she'll have to make that herself.
Right. Okay, so 25 and then 15. Yep. So that's 40.
Yeah.
Excellent. She's gonna give a $10 tip because of the just because, really. I wasn't expecting it to be that low, so she's gonna tip.
All right. The lady is very appreciative.
Fuck yeah.
I think too that Lish would also want to get something nice.
All right.
Yeah, come on.
What kind of nice are you looking for?
Lish is gonna. I have to search for some better pictures, but he's gonna look for something like silvery, like white sparkles, embroidery, and if he can't find something like it in her shop, they'll commission it.
All right.
But I gotta look for some pictures.
Yeah. She does not have anything like that, but she's willing to take the commission for 35 gold pieces.
Okay. We'll work with her on the design with the measurements. Great.
I mean, I think like Demir more or less the same deal. Although yes. Although I think she probably kind of stayed behind in the jewelry shop to talk to the Mr. Tabaxi back there about like she has some like questions about like she wants to get like 4 rings, she wants them to match, but she just like kind of does that like on the subtle and then comes in like while Levy is in the like changing room getting her like first fitting done, and then she'll like join Lish in the putting down details for a commission as well.
Okay.
So
okay. So for matching rings, what sort of stone are you thinking?
So she wants 4 different stones. And actually she is going to kind of before Lish left, she would have yoinked out of the bag of holding. She has some gems that either had been set into a piece of jewelry, but just like not like permanently or so. But she's got a like a Padparacha sapphire, so it's like kind of pink. And she's got like an emerald and like a diamond and a like another sapphire, but this one's like kind of more like traditionally what you think of as a sapphire, so it's like blue and light blue kind of color. And she kind of is like, well, you know, I think we can break these, like these are pretty big gems, I think we can break them down and make an even like set of 4 with them.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. You said a diamond, a Papracha. What were the other ones?
A sapphire and an emerald.
Okay. Okay.
So all these would need is to be cut down to size and given bands.
All right. So, in that case, just a second. Math. There's so much math today.
Sorry.
It's okay. So, to get them cut and to get them all set, for a total of 4 rings, that would look at 2,225 gold pieces.
Yeesh. Even though they're all provided?
It would be more expensive if they weren't provided.
That is true. Yeesh. I mean, I could afford it right now, but I feel is there like a layaway option?
I mean, you can do half now and then half upon completion.
Sure, let's do that.
So, let's say 1,113 now, and then that would be 1,112 upon pickup.
Okay, cool.
Let me just mark that down. Okay. All right.
Cool. And then Demir's just going to shuffle away with like, yeah, we worked it out. We got the design. Okay, bye.
Cool. And you head over to the clothing shop. You're going to commission some clothes for the masquerade.
Yeah, that was 35 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I will mark that down. Oof.
All right. Anyone else?
Ah, shit. Shoes? Shoes? Those are important.
We'll say that there are shoes at this same shop, the clothing shop.
Dollar. Oh god. I didn't even think about shoes until literally this second. Fucking Christ. Let me. Oh well. Something that'll match some of her jewelry a bit. The tying in the silver accents on the outfit as well. So just like a low silver heel, maybe. Well, silvery.
Okay. You're able to find some nice kind of silvery shoes with a little kitten heel.
Perfect. Something closed-toed. And that will stay on well.
All right.
So like an ankle strap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're able to find that for 1 gold piece and 5 silver.
Fucking beautiful. Okay. And she will. She'll fork over 2 gold. How about that? Just to be like, oops, sorry, I forgot about my shoes. There we go.
All right. Cool. Any final shopping to do? Cool. So do you guys head back home? Head back to the manor for the evening?
Oh, we got to prep for the dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Demir's got to cook.
All right. Cool. So in that case, Demir, what are you making this evening?
Hey boy. I did not think about that because I was too busy looking at different things. I think probably she's going to make like a big pot of like basically like some stewed meat and vegetables, like make a good hearty stew to serve over some rice with some bread and that type of stuff. Just a little pomegranate in there to give it some sweetness, and some spices, and just making just like something simple and easy to throw together.
Cool.
Low effort, high impact, that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right. At some point, Aldrich and Thalia show up. They greet you all. Thalia seems to be pretty happy to meet you guys.
Levy is ecstatic to see Aldrich and is even happier to meet his old adventuring buddy.
All right. So, I'll tell you what, Levy, why don't you roll an insight check?
Oh, fucking word? All right. Okay. Well, that's not so bad. 16?
16. You notice that despite the apparent age difference, the two of them seem to be flirting with each other a little.
I mean, also, they were adventurers together how long ago? Like, Levy's like, I know a guy who's -2, technically. Levy snorts to herself over that, though.
Okay.
Aaron Dispart has set out one of the scented candles he just gotten. Probably found some like flowers for a centerpiece or whatever.
All right. Are there any conversations that would like to be had over this dinner?
I don't think
We'll
Tobias would be
probably
having, like,
get.
any. Oh.
Two of you spoke at once, so I didn't hear anything.
I was gonna say that Tobias probably doesn't have any like specific conversations other than just casual conversation with Aldrich and his friend, like asking general questions like, "Oh, how have you been? How have things been going?" Like, "Oh, the two of you used to party together. What are some of the adventures you went on?" Like that sort of thing.
All right. So, Thalia seems to be the more chatty of the two. And says, "Well, our party, we had come across this sort of weird staff wand thing, and it was evil. So our thing was trying to keep it out of people's hands and bring it somewhere safe. And we eventually brought it to the one of the temples in Alperin."
Wow, it's pretty impressive.
What's it like over there? I've never been.
And Aldrich speaks up at this point and says, "It's rather beautiful, actually. There's a very large, gorgeous tree called the Archeheim, and it's said to have been a final gift to mortal kind from Shanti before the god's departure from mortal plane. And its roots spread throughout the entire city. But we gave the wand of Orcus to just double checking details here. Give me a second. We gave the wand of Orcus to the temple of Denier.
Sorry, it's just also the interesting fact little. The temple of who? Because I could have sworn you said Demir, and that doesn't quite check.
Denier.
Okay.
We aren't
What
at
are you
that point
talking
in
about?
Varrock
Of course it checks
yet.
out.
The god of art, cartography, images, knowledge, literature, and scholar.
Ooh, fun. Sounds beautiful.
Quite lovely, actually. The temple itself serves as something of a museum for artifacts. Actually, in the quarter of the city dedicated to Mistra.
If that's still there, probably not.
I can't say. I haven't been there in quite a while.
What kind of artifacts?
Well, last that I was there, there was a shard of a shield of some sort. There was this magical tapestry, a golden ring of some sort, a evil-looking mace. I personally was frankly more interested in the temple to Agma, which serves as more of the library.
Sounds like an interesting collection.
I believe so.
Did he say this was in Royas, or is that somewhere else?
He said it's in Alperin.
Alperin, all right.
Different continent.
Yep. Well, it would be interesting to see what has become of that quarter of Alperin, given the situation with Mistra.
I suppose so. I must say that the city can be rather difficult to access via conventional means. Sometimes people will take sky ships to get there. However, I happen to know of a teleportation circle to one of the outer-lying cities and can teleport there and then take a ship to get to Alperin proper.
Might be worth looking into.
Could very well be.
Perhaps a place like that would be able to aid us in our mission.
Quite possible. And then Thalia speaks up and says, rather isolationist, to be frank with you. But I mean, what's a try?
Well, it's certainly a conflict that is without border.
I mean, I'm I think you're right, but if you're there, I'd say just be careful of casting, unless you got holy magic.
Are they against regular magic? Are they against Mistra?
Aldrich says the they aren't necessarily too fond of arcane magic in most areas of the city. However, there has been a sanction, more or less, for within the quarter dedicated to Mistra, which is referred to as. Just a second, I have to scroll a lot. The section of Mistra, which is known as Masquerade.
Got a sinking feeling they wouldn't enjoy my presence.
And Thalia says, well, to be honest with you, I don't really know what you've got going on, but they weren't too happy about me in the section dedicated to Calabar.
Valk, my current hypothesis is his soul is arcane in origin as opposed to divine.
That's sort of what I always figured as well. Only makes sense. Unless there's some kind of binding, which I doubt.
Valk kind of little salute and then backs to you.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's interesting. She kind of like pauses and looks you over, then shrugs and kind of goes back to what she was doing.
Fox chuckles a little and goes, yeah, my deal, as you put it, is a little complicated. Technically, I'm not supposed to exist yet, but
Well, I'm not supposed to exist at all.
I am a little curious if you feel like talking about it.
Well, in mixed company, I mostly like to say I've aged well, but I'm actually dead.
Aaron does a dramatic stage gasp.
Don't really know why this happened, or how. It just seemed to be a random fate.
Well, certainly just seems like Aldrich's happy that it happened.
Aldrich kind of laughs and says, well, I mean, I do feel very lucky to know her.
Just lucky.
Everyone in the party, the ship has sailed, buddy.
Neither of them really say anything, but they both look kind of amused. And then Thalia leans forward and says, actually, believe it or not, I've got a couple years on him.
Liz just kind of shrugs, like, and is that a problem?
Booger.
No, it's just funny because people tend to get the wrong idea when we meet for the first time.
Well, I don't see why. He's rather youthful. She's totally teasing the shit out of Aldrich right now. She's gonna eating her in. That is her homie, and she's giving him shit.
He is not looking at you, Levy. He is looking at his plate.
Oh yeah, how red are his ears?
Roll an insight check.
Oh. Oh, fuck. God damn it. I'm so upset. I'm so upset. Motherfucker 8.
Can't tell.
Damn it.
But Thalia nevertheless laughs. And she looks towards you, Levy, and says, actually, I've heard a bit about you. I'd be interested in getting to know a bit more.
Oh, he talks about me. He's so razzing him right now.
Mm-hmm. He is not looking.
Does Thalia ping as undead?
Yes, she does.
Good question also.
Well, that's real sweet. Feel free to ask me any questions. After dinner, we could sit and chat in either the library or the den, wherever.
We do have plenty of seating space and plenty of notes taken in the library as well.
No, I bet this big nerd really enjoyed that.
Oh, he was a big help. Really. Though he did keep his lips rather tightly sealed about his old adventuring party, so I am horribly curious about you.
Well, I mean, for the sake of things, we tried to be pretty careful.
Oh, of course.
Given the artifacts we were carrying around. Well, it's a habit, I guess. And she kind of like elbows him a bit, and he like kind of like grabs his arm and rubs it where she elbowed him, kind of give her a sideways glance. Well, I mean, what do you do? Aldrich said that you a bit of an arcanist yourself.
More of an academic about my inherent skills. I understand that kind of. It's a little unusual.
She's a nerd.
So you're more of a sorceress than a wizard.
Yeah, yeah, I'm a sorceress, but I have such it's important to me to understand my abilities so that I can better utilize them, I suppose. So it's a lot. I've studied a lot as though I was a wizard, really, but
fair enough. I have been trying to do a lot of research myself, to be honest with you, trying to figure out my whole thing. And she kind of gestures with her semi-translucent fading in and out of reality hands.
Right. Well, maybe we can put our heads together at some point. I mean, I had to go get my cousin out of the plane of dreams. So it's I like to think I know my way around tricky knowledge and situations.
That certainly was a trip, wasn't it?
Yeah, that sounds fascinating.
I can tell you a bit about it.
Yeah, the dream lady was just a little intimidating.
I thought the Grove Tender was quite nice.
She was very generous to us.
You can be nice and intimidating at the same time.
That's fair.
I felt
Puck just
quite at
kind of
home.
goes.
Puck absolutely not like invisibly side-eyeing Demir.
I, for one, felt quite at home.
Demir's nice.
Oh, one of the two, I don't know. Fae bullshit, you know.
Ooh.
Thalia does seem very interested as you describe your encounters in the Forgotten Grove and the dreams and the Grove Tender. Aldrich also seems interested, but less so in that he's heard this before. He's listening, but he's not actively engaging like Thalia is.
Regale her with some of the tales, leaving out the more personal tidbits, of course, but mostly just the action and maybe a little embellishment here and there, but nothing crazy. Just for the sake of storytelling.
Oh, random question. Has Aldrich?
That's his name.
Thank you. Shown Thalia the rocks that we found, since she is also well traveled.
He has not.
Since
Rock
you're
time.
well traveled, we have a question that we have yet to figure out yet. At which point Val kind of scuttles away from the table and goes down into the basement where we have piles of rock behind a locked door.
All right.
A volatile material closet. Don't you
Thalia
have one in your house?
Well, I'm not so much of an arcane sort of gal, but I'd be willing to give a look.
When Val comes in, just literally anyone that would recognize this rock would be a step in the right direction. No one we've talked to has even like recognized it at all.
She takes it in her hand and kind of palms it, looks it over. Well, it looks extra plainer to me. Kind of tosses it in the air, feels it in her hand.
Extra planar.
Well, yeah, like it's from a different plane.
Well, yeah. I'm just wondering which one.
Looks it over and says, my guess would be one of the upper plane.
Honestly, that answer brings even more questions. We found these in the proverbial basement of an artificer gone mad.
Mad's putting it lightly.
It is. We think he was, or rather, we have proof that he was colluding with the Indefinite But that does beg the question of where either of them sourced these from and how.
Well, as I said, it feels more like an upper plane. So that would mean Elysium, heaven, and Nirvana.
Or one of the demi-planes that are associated with the upper planes.
Well, we do know either was involved in this. Perhaps he provided these.
Perhaps it's from. Perhaps it's from wherever the Doom portal leads.
That's possible.
Because isn't the Doom portal kind of the blurring edges of it kind of have a similar effect?
You're asking me as the DM or me as Aldrich or
you as DM?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Either way, they're definitely able to be used as a power source. We were able to find some of the cores of the robots the artificer left behind. Assuming I remember that correctly. Pretty sure that's the case.
Correct. Particularly in the magic casting, robot had an extra amount of it.
Certainly magically attuned, which makes its association with the upper planes all the more interesting.
But I've done
Aldrich speaks up at this point and says, Mistra is at the heart of this. Could it potentially be of her plane?
That's a good point.
That's what I was wondering.
Well, there's no one alive that would be able to identify it.
Not that we know of, at least.
The Archmage people at the temple.
I mean, it's
still there.
It is difficult, but you could potentially travel to her realm if necessary.
If it still exists.
Still exists.
Mistress captured, not dead, it probably exists. It's possible that Aldrich, not. I said Aldrich, oops! It's possible that the Indefinite might even be using it as a base of sorts.
I would find that skeptical. If you would go to a location and destroy its ruler, so to speak, would you be likely to stay there when other potential beings of this plane would try to intervene?
Depends upon if his control is absolute over her portfolio.
There's lots we don't know.
Or to what end he killed her.
If she's even
After all, that is a coup. By definition, it is.
That's not what the snort was for.
Something to also consider as well is if Aldrich is...
No, you did it. Oops.
Like...
Unless you actually mean Aldrich.
Oh, I didn't even realize. Fuck.
Secret BPG. Oops.
Idurin.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
The man.
The chief problem causer.
Yeah. Never mind, just keep going.
No, please share.
I was gonna say something to consider would be if the indefinite is on the other side of that portal, and that is where, like, if it does lead to Mister's realm, if he stayed there, the thing to consider is if he needs to be there to do something. Like if there's a benefit to him remaining. But again, that's all based on the premise of if that is actually Mister's realm on the other side of that portal.
Well, if he's wanting to fuck with the weave to do magic that's not supposed to exist, where else would he do it besides in Mister's realm, since she's one of the main creators of the weave?
That is true. We do know what his ultimate goal is.
Ish. We know what his ultimate goal started out as.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's still clinging to it. Grief is a powerful thing.
True.
To mention that his lasted centuries.
Have any of you actually tried to send anything into the so-called Doom portal?
No. We were rather tapped out when we found it.
And it may be a little bit above our pay grade at the time.
There's no saying what is beyond it, at least not that we know. Perhaps your friends who are going to investigate it will be more competent than we.
I know one of the reasons why we didn't cast anything through / mess with it too much is on the off chance that that is where the indefinite is. We didn't want to give him a fair warning.
After
the less
all,
he
we now
knows
know
that we're preparing for it. Or the less that he knows that we're preparing and stuff, the better.
Besides, we now know that we are most certainly not ready to face him yet.
We'll get there.
I mean, probably worth doing some experiment with it. And she looks towards Aldrich and says, I bet as soon as Isma arrived, she started throwing stuff in there just to see what would happen.
Hopefully that goes well if she does do that.
Who knows? Nodrick said that is why we intend to go there ourselves to do some investigation once our social obligations are complete.
Distracting from more serious talk for a moment, I am curious how you two met. I don't imagine you found each other in a field like the rest of my friends did.
Although technically that's not how we met either.
Actually, I don't know if you are aware of the history of the the pattern of demon summoning that had been occurring the last, a couple decades ago, across this continent. I believe you mentioned you found some things more demonic origin back in the Turning Fire, which likely was part of this. And there were various smaller groups that were trying to sow chaos where they could. And one such cabal, shall we say, started to harass folks in over in Dordrani, and that's where I happened to be doing research at the time, wishing to further expand my arcane experiences rather than remaining simply here at the Katia Institute. So I had traveled there, and when a lesser demon was summoned in the middle of town, we all sort of converged upon it, and there we were.
Certainly more interesting than how I found everyone. More or less wandered around the market following a photo, like some sort of lost child.
Well, I ambushed.
Oh.
Sorry, would you say, Avery?
You said, was it a photo though?
Oh, my bad. They have cameras in the future. No, they don't.
Actually, they could have
Thank you.
cameras already.
Yeah.
Basic cameras began surprisingly early.
And you still
have
need
not done research into that, so I know, but you don't.
Plus,
Yeah,
there's still
it's
the city where the robot city coming up now. So they're out there, probably.
yeah. We might have like the really old cameras. You had to stand in the same place for an hour. Who knows? But either way, you are right. It's a drawing, not a photo. My bad. It's easy to think of it as a photo.
Look at this photograph.
Look
Anyway.
at this drawing.
But yeah, more interesting than how I found you all. I
Come on, your entrance is amazing.
just followed some dreams until I knew where I would run into you guys, and then ambushed you on the way to the tower.
Better than acting like a stalker.
Tomato, tomato, potato, potato.
What's a little stalking between friends?
I mean, demonic presences all very thrilling. Have you gotten a chance to fight one yet?
Fight a what now? Sorry.
A demon.
Oh. Yes,
the-
actually.
Yeah, was the one?
It was how we met. It was two actually. Yeah. It was how the first was how we met Esme. It was in the sewers of the town up north, I think.
Esme is the ghost.
I meant Esmeralda.
Esmeralda.
Oops. Yes, there was a demon loose in the town that one of our friends had the blame pinned on. And then following that, there was also a strange-handed cat thing that was tormenting Aaron.
Rakshasha?
Is that what that's called?
Aaron tries to do like backwards, upside down cat paws. Rawr.
Yeah.
There was
You
also
know.
technically the demon that was possessing Tasha as well.
True, that makes 3.
And then there's the lower level demons I've fought on my own.
Yeah, we've
I mean, that kind of interesting, frankly. Like horrifying, but interesting.
they're all quite different, yes.
I mean, hey, I wouldn't recommend going to the abyss or the hills if you could avoid it. Not very nice places, oddly enough.
You don't say.
We'll keep that one in mind.
We haven't done any extraplanar excursions yet. We've certainly ran into a grand assortment of beasts and foes on their journeys.
Well, not entirely
Aldrich
true.
speaks up at this point and says, there was the portal to the Shadowfell in your backyard.
That's true, actually. I nearly forgot. Thank you for dealing with that again.
And the plane of dreams.
And
Let's do
technically
the
the
Demi
Turping
Plains count?
Spire.
Well, I wasn't
Sorry.
there for the spire.
Well, technically the Spire and
Demi-planes are a bit different than proper planes in of themselves. And Thalia kind of says, oh, don't get started.
and the demi-plane
no, I
that
wanna,
the
I wanna
dragon
hear
built.
this. I do want to hear that. It might be
So-
important.
So Aldrich starts info dumping.
Yeah.
Talking about the difference of how proper planes within the beyond into the outer sphere, the inner sphere, were created by either deities or were created either by deities or by primordial titans. Within the inner sphere, that includes the plane of air, earth, fire, and water. And that there's also the planes of the Feywild and the Shadowfell. And then in the outer sphere, there's the upper planes and the lower planes. With lower planes including hell and the abyss, and upper planes including Elysium, heaven, nirvana. And then once a soul dies, if they were neither good nor bad and were simply they simply existed without having any real impact on anything. It is believed that they enter a cycle of reincarnation, and he starts talking about how demi-planes are they kind of exist outside of the outer or inner sphere, but they have to have an anchor on any one of those planes and can be created by other beings.
And I imagine during all of this, Thalia is just sitting there like,
She's a more like kind of shaking her head fondly at him, like, wow, my boyfriend's a nerd.
Launching peas with her spoon at him.
Yeah, kind of, pretty much.
Levy is
And she's like, I can't believe I'm in love with this man.
Levy is paying rapt attention.
Valk would probably be making a little illusions using prestidigitation that match the description and match her time looking at the map in the turning spire and her training on the upper planes from religious stuff.
Yeah, basically the things that Aldrich is saying matches up with the things you've been taught. But you know, one of the main distinctions between a proper plane and a demi-plane is that a demi-plane has to be anchored to something.
The major planes are self-sustaining, whereas demi-planes have to be manufactured and reinforced. Exactly.
But yeah. Good info dump. Thanks for the TED Talk, Aldrich.
And then with that, it is noon, so I guess we can call it for the day.
Yeah.
With the TED Talk, unless anyone has anything pressing they'd like to say.
I was going to say, like, probably at some point when it's clear that the nerds are just settling in for nerddom, Zamir is going to, like, very meaningfully look over at Lish and just, like, like, you know, just excuse herself and go off, but that's all.
Magic practice time.
Yeah.
Practice some magic.
Pew,
pew.
I took another level in Warlock.
Ooh. I'm just waiting for the Warlock Levy shit to drop.
Oh boy.
To become apparent.
Well, when you gonna drop it? We waiting.
I don't fucking know.
We've got plenty of drops waiting, I think.
Yes, we do.
I'm kind of waiting for a proper opportunity that would be appropriate, I guess, thematically.
I haven't had to stab and or protect anyone yet, so nothing's come up.
Yeah.
Mood.
All right. We'll say we are going to be short a person next week at our usual playtime, I believe. But then it's looking like most likely opportunity for doing the masquerade ball as the gods intended will be the weekend of the 20th or the 21st, but we'll have to see. But yeah, in any case, thanks for playing, guys.
Thank you for hosting, as always.
Woo! Thank you for DMing.
Thanks for putting up with our shopping bullshit.
Yeah.
So much math.
So much math, so little time. Anyway.
You guys have a good day.
Yeah, have a good one.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.